Why would anybody want to hike the Appalachian Trail? A 2,200-mile journey from Georgia to Maine. There's got to be a reason why so many people want to thru hike the Appalachian Trail. So today I want to share with you 8 reasons why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail starting this April in 2025. For me, a lot of the why is about purpose, and purpose in terms of our overall well-being, that to me is really what nurtures our spiritual health. This isn't going to be a religious or God conversation in any way, but for me, spiritual health and part of this wellness journey is about knowing and pursuing my purpose or purposes in life. And we can have big purposes and little purposes and long-term purposes and short-term purposes. And a lot of our why is about nurturing our purpose. What nurtures you at your core, your essence, your soul, the spirit of who you are. And that is why this video is so important for me, and why I think so many people do share their whys for the Appalachian Trail, because it's what's nurturing them at their core. And we can all have different reasons, and no reason why is better than the other. They're just unique and personal to ourselves. So here are my 8 reasons, at least to start, for why I'm thru hiking the Appalachian Trail in 2025. So number 1, first and foremost, I need a break. I am completely burned out. I've been working for 8+ years now without any real significant vacation. I've only taken 2 one-week vacations in the past 8 years, and I'm exhausted. Mentally, it's just, I keep going and going, but I'm just completely exhausted. And going on this 4 to 5, 6-month journey on the Appalachian Trail, I'm taking a break. And I've always said that the more extreme the behavior, the deeper the pain. And for me, my pain at this point, first and foremost, is a mental pain. I'm so tired of thinking and making decisions and reasoning and figuring out what my next move is, that I just need to take a break. And while there are a lot of decisions that we make on the trail, from how far we're going to hike to where's our next water stop to where's our next place for sleeping, where are we gonna, what shelter are we trying to get to, or what hostel we're trying to get to, what terrain we're going over and how we're going to manage that, and our next food supply. These are all decisions, yes, of course, but I'm really hoping to get away from that daily grind, especially from my regular work. So that's my number 1 reason. Well, these are not in any particular order, but that's the first reason. Reason number 2 why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail is because I pride myself on being a person of integrity. I want to be a person who practices what he preaches. And I consider myself a wellness expert, not just in physical health, but also emotional, mental, and spiritual health. And even with my expertise and the work that I do in wellness, I've let my own well-being fall out of balance. I think of wellness like the 4 wheels, the 4 tires on a car, and if just one tire is not inflated, then that car doesn't run well. And more than anything right now, my mental health is a really flat or low tire. So the second reason is because I want to practice what I preach and nurture myself, and maybe help you guys along the way nurture your well-being in all aspects and balance your own well-being. The third reason why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail is because I want to get out of my comfort zone. Now, I'm someone who, for most of my adult life and even younger, I've always pushed myself to try new things, and I'm happy to fail at things all the time. But for the last many years, more than 7 years, I've really not pushed out of my comfort zone. I haven't pushed into my stretch zone or growth zone, and I feel like I'm not really growing anymore. Now, for most of this time, I really have been working on myself and trying to figure out my own limiting beliefs and what things are like stopping me from reaching some of the goals that I have and haven't been able to reach. But even through COVID and before COVID, I haven't been pushing myself in all different areas of my life. Even back in 2015, I was pushing myself and I learned how to ballroom dance, or at least I started ballroom dancing. And that was really pushing outside of my comfort zone. I failed a lot in ballroom dancing, but it was fun and I grew a lot too. And I miss all of that growth. So I'm hoping to get out of my comfort zone, live on the trail for many months, and really push my comfort zone and my stretch zone further. And what I've noticed also over the years is that when we don't push into our stretch zone and we just stay in our comfort zone gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And I really feel like that's very much what's been happening to me for a long time now, that my comfort zone is getting so small that I almost don't even want to leave the house anymore. So I'm going to be leaving the house for quite a long time this time around, because I expect to be on the trail for at least 4, maybe 5 months. So I will be pushing outside my comfort zone for sure with this through hike. Reason number 4 for why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail is because I want to bring the Uchi app to more people. Uchi is a social platform that I created and it went live back in 2018, but it's something I've actually been working on since 2001. And it's a social platform and it's a free platform, but there's also a way to use it as a tool, especially in schools and workplaces and even in your own family. And with this through hike and the GoFundMe campaign that I've started for this through hike, which will not only raise money so that I can do the through hike, but also to help bring Uchi into more schools. Because with your donations, we can help fund Uchi and bring it to schools as a scalable tool to really help address the loneliness, isolation, and mental health crisis that's happening, especially in schools and especially with our youth today. And while Uchi works with all age groups, I really want to help the younger age group and help them improve their mental and emotional health and well-being. And this is a main focus for this through hike, is getting Uchi into schools. And I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you'll download today and start connecting with your people. And again, as I said, Uchi is a tool that teachers and counselors can start using. No training is required, and they can start engaging their students in real conversation that really helps nurture their mental and emotional health and well-being. And that within weeks begins to translate into better behaviors in the classroom and outside the classroom. So this is a major focus, a major reason why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail. And I really hope I can help as many people as possible. Something that's a little bit related to this why is because I never really had a dream of doing the Appalachian Trail. It hasn't been a bucket list item for me, and it's not something I've been dreaming about for years and years, like a lot of people. And while that's great, and I have no problem with anybody's reason why they want to do this through hike, for me, it's really about, it wasn't until I figured out a way that this through hike could be about more than just me. And it's when I started to weave it together with the Uchi app that I figured out a way that I think I can make this through hike really possible, not just helping me in my own well-being, but also helping more people around the country and around the world. So it's not until I was able to put it all together that I thought that I could make this through hike actually happen. Reason number 5 why I'm through hiking the Appalachian Trail in 2025 is because I really want to challenge the stereotypes around aging and around how well we can do things even though we're getting older. It's no secret I'm a middle-aged man. You can tell by the white in my beard, and it's only getting whiter. But that doesn't mean we have to slow down. I think if we really understand and know how to take care of ourselves, our body, our heart, our mind, and our spirit, then I think we really can live better longer. And the research is there. The research around emotional health improving our overall physical health, and also how emotional health and our relationships and our connections are really critical, the key element to our overall happiness and also to our longevity. I'll talk about this, at other times, but I want to try to help really practice living well and showing people my age, younger and older, that you can do this. It's not going to start with hiking the Appalachian Trail, but it might be starting with walking down to the end of your street or around your neighborhood or around the block. It just starts somewhere, and you can do it. You can start by drinking more water each day. You can start by eating healthier, whatever that means for you. You can do this, and I just want to try to help be a living example in this sort of extreme environment on the Appalachian Trail. So no matter how old or young you are, you can do it, and hopefully I'll be doing it and showing you how to do it along the way on this through hike. Reason 6 for hiking the Appalachian Trail this year is related to reason 5, and it's about trying to live optimally, living the best of my ability. And I also want to put to the test all the things that I've learned over the years about nutrition, about hydration, about emotional health and staying connected to my friends and family back home, to connecting to more of you out there in the YouTube world, and connecting to the people that I meet on the Appalachian Trail. I really can't wait to meet all the other people who are doing what I'm doing. I want to be part of this tribe. I want to be part of this community, and whatever I can do to help support the community, I want to do that as well. And I just want to be a part of it, because I'll be honest, and you can look at some of my old videos when I've done trail magic videos for the Appalachian Trail, that I've always considered through hikers to be rock stars, and now I get to be a rock star, or at least I get to try to be a rock star. So that's a big reason why, is putting everything that I've learned in the 26 years of backpacking that I've done, putting it to the test again, and just living that lifestyle for a very extended period of time, multi-month in fact. So I can't wait to realize that why. Reason 7 for hiking the AT this year is to simplify life. There are so many distractions that we have, so many bells and notifications, so many obligations and responsibilities. But, when you're backpacking, it's basically, where's your next water source? Where's your next campsite? And it really simplifies life down to the most basic elements. Sleeping and eating and hydrating, finding shelter, going to the bathroom. That's a big deal. Backpackers are always talking about their pooping and peeing habits. It's just something, it's just natural. That's the natural human way. We have to urinate and defecate. That's just life, right? Because you try to go 24 hours or more without either one of those, and you're going to be in a world of hurt. So I really want to simplify my life and remove the distractions so that I can reset and regenerate and rejuvenate myself and come back with a new vigor and a new zest for the work that I do and the life that I live. So that's a really big reason for me, is just simplifying my own life by living on trail for a long period of time. My 8th and final reason for wanting to hike the Appalachian Trail this year is to have a daily intentional wellness practice. Like I said, to me, wellness is about your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health. And I want to be practicing that daily. And I want to really be conscious of my breath, of my sleep, of my hiking, of how my body feels, how my energy feels, physical energy, and then also my overall spiritual energy. We already talked about the spiritual side, and what's interesting about the Appalachian Trail, and I think a reason why so many people struggle with post-trail depression, is that every day on the trail we have a purpose. Our purpose is wake up, pack up, and hike more miles. And that's really important for sure. It's a reason to get out of bed every day. And when we don't have a reason to get out of bed, then our spiritual health, our purpose, our why are we even here can really struggle. At the same time, I want to be regularly conscious and intentional about my emotional health, my connections, staying in touch with people back home, using the Uchi app while I have signal, in town. But also, of course, texting and phone calls when I can with family and friends back home. And of course, with all of you through the daily vlog, I want to try to read and engage with as many comments as possible. I hope you guys will engage. I hope you'll come along with this journey. I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. And we'll all be working together and connecting. And that's our emotional health in practice. And then finally, I talked a little bit earlier about mental health, and that there's a lot of decisions. You can actually get decision fatigue, on what town do I stay in? Where do I resupply? How do I resupply? What's my next campsite going to be? Where's my next water source? What's the route look like? All of this is mental decision making. It's our cognitive ability. And we have to be really conscious and aware of what's going on there. And so that's something I want to be aware of as well. Just really quick, back to the simplification why that I mentioned, is I actually am hoping to get a little bored out on the trail. Now, that's one reason that stopped me from not wanting to hike the AT, is I think I will get bored. But at this point, I think I need to get bored with just the simplicity of eating, drinking, and walking and sleeping, and having that boredom and embracing it and living more in the moment. That's even more of the, why I'm doing it. So I really can live in the moment, and I'm excited to do that. So this has been my why, reasons why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail. I'm curious what reasons you've thought about that you might want to, or reasons why you wouldn't want to hike the Appalachian Trail, because I totally get that too. And in a future video, I'm thinking about sharing a whole bunch of goals, because goals are a little bit different than our why. Why is what's getting me out there, but once I'm out there, what goals do I have? And I'm really curious how those goals might change in time. So until next time, peace, love, and connect.